Thank you for choosing the Curtis Zone for all of your action-packed children's programming needs. I, of course, am your humble and handsome host, Dylan J. Curtis, and I thank you so much for hitting the like and subscribe button for more content from here on the Curtis Zone. Today, we are doing a history on Kaijudo Rise of the Duel Masters and Kaijudo Clash of the Duel Masters. Now, this is going to be a long one, so I ask that everybody hit the like and subscribe button, sit back, relax, enjoy, and of course, remember to look at my bouncing packs, because this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, some news, anyone. It has been reported that Michael Bay is definitely going to be returning to the Transformers mythos. I can neither confirm nor deny that it is true or false that he will be returning for G.I. Joe vs. Transformers. But if he is, we can't wait, because G.I. Joe vs. Transformers is a very iconic comic book, and we can't wait nonetheless. The second piece of news from the world of Marvel, it has been reported that they are making the Netflix series official canon to the MCU. However, it is just a rumor circulating. I can neither confirm nor deny that it is true or false. But I hope that it is, because we love it. The final piece of news from the world of Warner Brothers, more specifically of the DCU. James Gunn has reportedly started scouting for a new live-action Wonder Woman. I cannot wait, because personally, I want Gal Gadot back, but this is James Gunn's world. So, James Gunn, if you're watching this, your move. Gal Gadot was amazing, so your move, buddy. Try and top that. Now, let's get started with this episode, and remember, hit the like and subscribe button, my friends. Now, the first thing you need to know about Kaijudo is that it was developed for television in 2012 by Wizards of the Coast Gaming after coming to America from South Korea. It was developed by Henry Gilroy and Andrew Robinson, and it was also a relaunch of the Japanese series Duel Masters due to the fact that nobody really liked Duel Masters. Everyone thought that it was a remake of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, with that done, let's talk about the fictional version, shall we? The fictional origin. Thousands of years ago, creatures who could only be described as monstrous came to our world who were a part of 5 elements. There were the proud warriors of fire who were all about dragons and lizards. There were the cyber intellectuals of water who were all about fish creatures and creations. There were the beastly tribes of nature who are like monsters. You had the nightmare creatures of darkness, which are creatures of our nightmares, and the mysterious sky dwellers of light. Now, the thing about man and creature kind is that they live mostly in peace for a while. However, creature kind thought that man had become too numerous in power, and so the Great Kaiju Wars began. Kaiju Wars would rage for centuries until a group of shaman mystics drew power from all the creature monarchs and banished all of the Kaiju warriors to their own dimension. This leads us to the events of the first episode, where we will meet Raiden Okamoto, who is half Japanese and half Caucasian. He is also a victim of bullying a lot. This is until he would summon a rumbling pterosaur from a sketch on his notebook. This rumbling pterosaur would terrorize a part of San Campion that they were living in until a man known as the Choten would capture it along with an aqua chaser. They would then be rescued by Master Chavez, who rescued them from the Choten. He would then take them to the Kaiju Temple, where they would be offered a chance to train under his eye. While in the Kaiju Temple, Raiden would see a monster that he liked, and he would summon that monster known as Tatsurian the Unchained. However, he had a hard time controlling Tatsurian the Unchained, and the Master of Light, Master Brightmore, would come and try to help him. However, he got into his first duel with Master Brightmore and won. So in short, Raiden would help defeat the Flame Tropist with the help of his friends Allison and Gabriel. They would then be inducted into the Order of the Kaijudo Duel Masters as apprentices. And there you have it, the origin of Kaijudo. Now, with all that said, let's talk about important moments within the series. The first important moment we're going to talk about is when we learn more about Tatsurian's family, both the dragon side and the nature side. The nature side are known as the Quill Spikes. The Quill Spikes are just humble farmers and rumblers. However, they are also very vain about the fact that he doesn't have a lot of spikes on him, because he's also part dragon. Speaking of vain, the dragon side of the family, they are very vain about their pure blood. He is the son of Napoleon the Conqueror, And his father did not necessarily help him out a lot, especially when he received bullying from his sister. Now, his sister is very vain about her dragon blood, and Tatsirian basically tainted it. And when the dragon kind were going on a hunt at Quillspike territory, Bob betrayed them. Bob, or Tatsirian if you will, betrayed them. And he was chained up for all eternity, which is how he earned the name Tatsirian the Unchained. The next important moment we're going to talk about is when we learn more about Raiden's parents. More specifically, his father, who became Homunculon the Blaster after he was trapped in the Kaiju realm by the Choten. You see, he was trapped in the Kaiju realm because the Choten didn't necessarily like him. He was jealous of him. And so, he and his wife had a child known as Raiden inside the Kaiju realm. And when that happened, he somehow brought Raiden back to the real world, but he was trapped in the nature civilization. And so, he bonded with a kaiju creature known as Homunculon the Blaster. And when the Choten put an evolutionary serum within him, he found that he was going to become an actual kaiju creature. This leads us to the events that happened in the final episode of Kaijudo. But I'm going to talk about that later. The next important moment we're going to talk about is when we meet Sasha, who is princess of the light creatures in the light civilization. She develops a relationship with Gabriel, who became master of the water civilization. Well, eventually. He was temporary master of the light civilization because another important moment we're going to talk about, Nigel, the light master of Kaijudo, betrayed them for the Choten. And due to this fact, they had no choice but to use Gabriel as temporary master of light. It was impressive, it was amazing, and his relationship with Sasha is the only reason why he became the temporary master of light. The events of the final episode were pretty amazing. You see, the Choten has opened a portal from the Kaiju realm to our world, and due to this fact, he has now started the Great Kaiju Wars again. And so, it is up to the Kaijudo Masters to fight against the Choten. But the Kaijudo Mystics of the Kaiju realm give their power to Raiden Okamoto, who not only sends them back to the Kaiju realm, but also is able to cure his father with this amazing power and defeat the Choten. It was pretty fun, exciting. I recommend all of you watch it. I have 4 favorite episodes I want to talk to everybody about. The first favorite episode is the episode known as Nom Nom. In this episode, Raiden, Gabe, and Allison all have to work together to catch a creature known as the Nom Nom that has the ability to turn anything flammable, to eat anything flammable and turn it and burp fire. But due to the Choten's evolution serum, this Nom Nom, if you will, is now burping other versions of itself. And then it starts to eat its other versions and then make itself bigger. Long story short, Raiden and Bob, or Tatsirian the Unchained, if you will, work together and defeat it with the help of all the other masters. My second favorite episode is the episode known as The Taken. In this episode, Mighty Shouter, who happens to be Master Kimura's creature, fails to respond to him. So they go to the nature civilization to find out what happened, and it has been revealed that the Choten has been stealing creatures from the Kaiju realm in order to siphon off their mana and use it into usable fuel. I love it. You'll love it. Watch the whole thing. I'm not spoiling the whole thing for you. My third favorite episode is the episode entitled Caught in the Spotlight. In this episode, Carnahan, who is not only Raiden's bully but also works for the Choten, he and his father do, that is. He has brought a creature over and has almost exposed Kaijudo to the rest of the world. So the Choten has no choice but to try and destroy him with the help of his father. I'm not spoiling the whole thing for you, but long story short, they all work together to stop Carney and to stop the Choten. It is pretty amazing. I love it. You'll love it. Watch it. My final favorite episode is the episode entitled Mixed Vegetables. In this episode, the wild veggie kingdom have gone crazy due to the fact that a mana-enriched soil is making them go nuts and in making their power go all over the place. So the Kaijudo masters work together with the quill spikes in order to stop this, not only stop the mana from spreading, but to also stop a giant monster that is eating their nature civilization. It is pretty fun, amazing. I loved it. You'll love it. Watch it, my friends. And with all that said and done, let's get to powers and abilities, shall we? As far as powers and abilities go, the Kaijudo Duel Masters are masters of Tai Chi, Yoga, and Taekwondo. However, they do not use their abilities for fighting. Instead, they use them to activate summoning katas in order to bring out their Kaijudo monsters. Each Kaijudo monster is one of 5 elements. The Proud Warriors of Fire, the Cyber Intellectuals of Water, the Beastly Tribes of Nature, the Nightmare Creatures of Darkness, and the Mysterious Sky Dwellers of Light. Each of them having their own skill sets and power. Now, my favorite would have to be Tatsurian the Unchained, due to the fact that he is a fire creature and a nature creature at the same time. He is half and half. He breathes fire, but he also has spikes like a porcupine. It is amazing to see, everybody. Now, I recommend you watch Kaijudo Rise of the Duel Masters. And just like that, another episode of the Curtis Zone comes to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I ask that you hit that like and subscribe button for more content. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to make a request for any episode period, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you because I love you all. Now, as always, give some love to our sponsors, Coastal Waste and Recycling, because your garbage powers someone's world. And the next time you see me, I'm going to be doing a history of Voltron. A remake of that because I didn't do so good the last time. I love you all. I'll see you soon.